Batman's infamous Rogues Gallery is arguably the best in comics, made up of some of the most twisted, gruesome, diabolical, and horrifying villains in fiction. The Dark Knight's villains are not to be messed with. Or most of them anyway. I've created a tier list ranking Batman's main enemies. As with all of my lists, it's based off of how impactful, relevant, and important the characters are. Also, as with most of my videos, it's just my opinion. In the S tier are the Joker and Two-Face. Both of these characters have a profound impact on Batman's psyche and mental stability. However, when compared to one another, Joker and Two-Face are strikingly different. Joker is the embodiment of chaos, never really having a specific goal in mind. However, the same can't be said for Two-Face, who still values justice and order because he was an attorney before a horrific attack changed his life forever. Despite their differences, these two villains are at the core of several renowned Batman stories and deserve to be placed at the top. In the A tier are Bane, Scarecrow, the Court of Owls, and Harley Quinn. Not all of the characters in this tier are villains anymore, but they have all been antagonists at some point in time. They're also all extremely dangerous, especially Bane and the Owls. These villains have put Batman in particularly difficult situations, forcing him into complex dilemmas. In the B tier are Ra's al Ghul, Black Mask, the Riddler, Poison Ivy, Professor Pig, and the Penguin. Many of these villains are fan favorites, but historically speaking, they haven't posed as much of a threat to Batman as the A and S tier villains. However, like the A tier characters, these villains are to be feared, especially the psychotic Professor Pig. The characters listed in the C tier are Killer Croc, Mr. Freeze, Deathstroke, Hugo Strange, and Hush. It's not that I dislike these villains or think that they're weak. In fact, it's quite the opposite. The reason I placed them in the C tier is because they don't have an iron grip on Batman like many of his other villains do. It's one thing to pose a threat to Gotham City, and it's quite another to psychologically torment the Caped Crusader. Of the villains listed, my favorite is Hush, as his connection with Bruce Wayne deepens the dynamic between the two. In the D tier are Carmine Falcone, Deadshot, Victor Zsasz, Clayface, Solomon Grundy, and the Mad Hatter. While these characters have been important in numerous Batman stories, they cannot be compared to other villains listed thus far. I don't hate these characters, I just think they could be significantly better. Finally, in the F tier are no one. All of Batman's main villains are stellar examples of how to craft an antagonist. Well, most of them anyway. A big reason why fans adore Batman's Rogues Gallery is the same reason most of DC's characters are loved. They're well written. Batman villains have complex histories, compelling motivations, and dangerous abilities, making their interactions with the Dark Knight feel tense. Anyway, thanks for watching, and take care.